What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Double AF here, aka Dub. What up? So I know I speak a lot about like the issues in the quote unquote black community, and what plagues us, what's most important, what's not important. Like for instance, police brutality. That's not something that we should be focusing on right now. So I was thinking I should start doing videos for the guys out there that actually want to do better. So I'm gonna start making videos to actually, show you how you can start by making a change. Because a lot of us, want to make the change. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us aren't content with how things are in our communities and stuff like that. So, but obviously, most times people don't know what to do or even how to begin. You know what I mean? That's always the hardest part, like how to begin. For instance, I remember when like before I even started like writing music, I didn't know how, and I would read books on it and stuff like that and listen to interviews and shit like that. And it's like, it didn't matter how many goddamn books I read or interviews I watched or listened to, I still was like, I don't know what to do. You know what I mean? I don't know how to do this. And then one day I woke up. It was a Saturday. I'll never forget. I was still a teenager, and I was like, I'm not gonna leave my bed, let alone my room, until I write a song. And literally since that day, I've written over 100 songs. I don't know how many because anyone that's a songwriter writer out there, you just keep writing. You know what I mean? I've written songs that, actually, I got recorded in studios. They're part of albums or EPs. Then I have some that just never, made it, but they're still songs, out there, poems and all that type of stuff. But, I digress because the bigger point is I want to be able to, first and foremost, allow people not to be afraid to take that step to make a change. You just got to do it. And that's with anything in life. You literally just got to do it. You're never going to get experience or better at something if you're not doing it. You know what I mean? So this video is going to be about. It actually touches on a few things, but obviously, a big thing that I speak about is restoring the man to his rightful place as the head of the household. Right now, in order to do that, going forward, obviously we have to be men. Number one, we have to know what it is to be a man. What it is to be responsible. What it is to have live a principled life and have morals. Like all those things go into being a man. Now, once you get that, out the way, then obviously you can begin to have a family. Now, I'm not going to tell you when you should or shouldn't start a family. Obviously, that's up to you. I don't tell anyone what to do. I'm just here to give you some advice. My advice would be, first and foremost, if you're one of these young dudes out here, man, don't even be thinking about starting a family. You know what I mean? Like, even if you with a girl and you think she the one or whatever, and y'all been together for like a year or two, whatever the case may be, still, there's no reason to rush it. Especially like if that's the case, she gonna be there. I know that when you're young, because obviously I went through this. When you're young, you kind of, you think that you're in a rush, but trust me, life ain't going nowhere. Knock on wood. God willing, it ain't going nowhere. It's gonna be here every day. You're gonna wake up and you're gonna have plenty of time to do plenty of things if you format your life right. But yeah. So there's no rush. I recommend waiting until like your late 20s, early 30s, to start having kids. Now, like marriage and stuff, you could do that younger than that. Obviously, obviously, I recommend being married to the woman that you're having a baby with. Now, I don't mean, oh shit, yo, damn son, shorty got pregnant. Oh man, I'm gonna marry her now. Nah, that's not what the fuck I mean. If you're in that situation, you already fucked up, bro. You know what I'm saying? You already fucked up. And I think you already know that. I don't even think I got to explain it. But for those of you that don't understand, I'm going to explain it. So you shouldn't be in a position where it's like, oh shit, she's pregnant. You know what I'm saying? Or like one thing led to another, now she's pregnant. Like, listen, nah, nigga. Babies don't happen like that. We all know, look, a 5-year-old knows that babies come from mommy and daddy and comes out of mommy's fucking stomach, okay? So if they know that shit, then I'm not gonna say a grown adult, but like, someone that's of age knows that shit. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no mystery. We all know how the fuck babies get here. So ain't no, oh shit, she done fucked around and got pregnant. No, nigga, you done fucking shot up the club and you impregnated her. That's a fucking verb, all right? That's a verb. To impregnate. You impregnated that woman. That means you took action in doing so. And therefore you are responsible. Okay? Period. Not even should. You are responsible for what happens. So obviously, if you're in that situation, then what did you do? You lack responsibility. You were not being responsible. Because if you're going to impregnate a woman, she should be your wife, first and foremost. And second, you should have a plan for that child. You know what I'm saying? You should have a plan. And I don't mean just like, oh, I'm gonna name him after me. That's not a fucking plan. I mean, like, you know where you're going to live, where the kid's going to grow up, what school you intend for the kid to go to, obviously all the way up. And then college, ultimately will probably be, the kid's decision where they choose to go. But obviously, college is going to be what you're aiming for, and not saying that, you kids have to go to college. You don't have to go to college. There's plenty of people that didn't go to college or that didn't get a degree that are very knowledgeable, and contributing members to society. So, but obviously, you get what I'm trying to say. You have to have a plan for your child. You have to have a plan, because if you don't have a plan for your child, anything can happen to that baby. Anything can happen to that baby, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happens to a lot of these kids out here in the streets when they get shot, or killed or hit by stuff, because they out here, doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because the parents out here doing nothing. The parents don't got no damn plan. And because probably the parents didn't plan for them. So then when they have a kid, they don't even know, a plan. I'm sure there's people out here that are listening to this video or that will listen to this video, and that this is probably the first time you ever hear someone ever say something about planning a future for your child before the child's here, and it shouldn't be foreign. This should be regular, and this is part of the process of things that we have to implement. We have to plan for our kids. So we shouldn't just be out here shooting up the club. Oh shit, she's pregnant. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Yada yada yada. Nah, you know what I'm saying? Nah, I don't care. It's on you. It's on you. Oh, I'm gonna have her get the abortion. Well, first and foremost, before I even continue, I'm letting y'all know right now. I am not for abortion. I'm not. I disagree with it. On many different levels. I could go into that later in a different video if y'all want, but I'm not going to go into it now. I kind of want to stay the course because I don't have that much time. But yeah, I'm not for abortion. I don't think that that's right. So anyway, getting back to the point, I know a lot of you out there use abortion as a contraceptive. And that's not right. All that shows is that you lack responsibility and accountability. And then y'all also be the same niggas that be trying to get the girl to get an abortion, and then she say no, she want to have a baby, and 9 times out of 10 she don't really want to have a baby. She just think that she gonna be able to keep you around with that baby, or her mother and grandma put her on game like, oh, get that baby, put them on child support and get that welfare. You know what I'm saying? Then you good, girl. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be getting money. You're gonna be getting paid. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna give you an apartment and all that, which is part of the problem too. You know what I'm saying? So, like, yes, I know a lot of the dudes out there want to go and just blame the women. Like, oh, yeah, y'all out here, you know what I'm saying? Y'all don't want niggas in the house. Y'all just want to be on welfare and shit like that and get yada, yada. But y'all out here sperm donating, niggas. Y'all the niggas doing it, giving them the kids. You know what I'm saying? You know how much harder it is for a chick to go get on welfare if she ain't got no damn kids? If she's single and able-bodied? It's much more difficult for her to get on assistance. But when y'all out here just fucking donating sperm to these bitches, then nigga, you setting yourself up for your own demise and your child's demise, and further the demise of the community. So again, I'm not gonna have anybody on this channel talking about, oh, it's the black woman, the black woman. Don't get me wrong, y'all already know I have a lot of critique when it comes to the black woman, as she is currently. How they're running around and everything's a competition, and they better than the quote unquote black man, and they don't need no man, and they strong and independent, and black girl magic this, black girl magic that, all that bullshit. Look, you already know where I'm at with that. But at the end of the day, like I said in the last video, and I said this in several videos, I'm not holding them accountable, man. That's not my issue. That's like I said, and I use this analogy, I'm using it again. That's like you got a 9-year-old and a 15-year-old, and they both get in trouble doing some shit. You're going to be mad at both of them for getting in trouble, right? But you're going to look at the 15-year-old and be like, I expected more from you. You know what I'm saying? That's how I'm looking at the man. I expect more from you. And you should expect more from your fucking self. You know what I'm saying, to be quite honest. But that's just how it is. So when it comes to the state that the quote-unquote black community is in, I'm looking at you, black man, because it all begins with you. Like I just said, if you weren't out here donating your sperm to these freaking ratchet assholes, getting them, and then now they're getting pregnant, now they're getting assistance, and now they're using the baby as a weapon against you. You know what I'm saying? If you weren't doing that, then it'd be harder for them to fucking to get on assistance, right? Yes, and then they'd be like, you know what, I gotta capitulate and get a man because it's hard out here, and my income by myself isn't enough to make it. So I'm gonna need to supplement it somehow. So I'm gonna have to get a man, And Kevin Samuels, the YouTuber, he says this all the time. He says women control access to sex, and men control access to relationships, and that is true. That is 100% true. So, with that being the case, men have to understand that we have to set the framework. Right now, we've allowed women to set and control the framework, but we can easily change that. Because like I said, women control access to sex, right? So that means they're having babies. That means that they're controlling that. And like I just said before, they're controlling it for a reason, because a lot of them already know where their bread is buttered. Now, I'm not sitting here saying that, oh, black women don't want to work, they're lazy, they just want to sit on their ass and collect welfare. No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that inherently, but I do know, and I've seen this, and you can call it anecdotal, all the hell you want, but I'm from Brooklyn. I done seen this shit firsthand, you know what I'm saying, on dozens and dozens of different occasions with different people. I've seen mothers and grandmothers tell their kids what they gotta do. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, they go down, they stand in the line, they come back, they got the card and everything. You know what I'm saying? The WIC, EBT, all that shit. They got it. And that's just what it is. And then the next thing you know, they popping out babies after babies after babies. And it's that's literally what it is. Is that all? No, I'm not saying it's all, but it is a lot. And we need to address that, because a lot of those kids are growing up in single parent household, which is just a mother, and maybe her mother might be in the house too. So now you got two women leading that house, two women that don't know nothing, because they weren't, their father wasn't around and didn't teach them shit. And it's the man's job to teach. You have to teach your family. You have to teach your wife. So that motherfucker failed, and then obviously the circle continues. And then if you're not in the household, because obviously you just donated the damn sperm because you a fuckboy anyway, then when your daughter grows up, she gonna do the same thing, and she ain't gonna have no respect for men, because she don't respect you. And also, her whole life, she done heard her mother disrespect you, call you trifling, this, that, and the third, and you was never around anyway to defend yourself. You know what I'm saying? So and then that's just a light case. There's many cases where a woman has different kids by different baby fathers. You know what I'm saying? So then, them niggas be beefing. They don't want to be around at the same time to see each other, which I get. I get that. I don't have kids yet. My baby is due soon. So that'll be number one. So, and I don't have multiple kids. So I can't relate to that scenario, but I can understand how a man will feel that, my baby mother has a baby by another man, and that's, you know what I'm saying, like, that's just crazy already. You know what I'm saying? That's chaos. That's chaos. And that's literally what the liberal, quote unquote, black female is bringing to the black community. Chaos. You let her control that shit, you will have chaos. And that is what we have. Period. We have chaos. And what we need to do is restore order. And how we do that is by putting the black man back in the household. So anyway, I done ran it for a long time. I didn't even address what I brought up. So now I'm going to give you some statistics as to why we need to start obviously vetting these women properly. That way we're not just out here just, just getting anybody pregnant. Now, who this is. You want to have a future with this woman, and obviously you want to get married, because obviously if you're gonna have a kid, marriage should be it. Oh, and then since we're on the topic, yes, I am married, and I am expecting a baby, and that's the way it should be done. Okay, so the family structure of African Americans has long been a matter of national public policy interest. A 1965 report by Daniel Patrick Moynihan, known as the Moynihan Report, examined the link between black poverty and the family structure. It hypothesized that the destruction of the black nuclear family structure would hinder further progress toward economic and political equality. So this was done in 1965. Obviously, we're in the year 2021, 35 plus 20, 55, 56 years ago. 56 years ago, the Moynihan Report said that the destruction of the black nuclear family would hinder further progress toward economic and political equality. Now, first and foremost, before I dive into that, equality is not real. I've said this many, many times. Nothing is equal. You know what I'm saying? Men and women are not equal. You'll be very hard pressed to find anything that's equal on this fucking planet. So that whole, all these black, quote unquote, black protests and marches for equality, you're never going to get it because it doesn't exist. All right. But anyway, back to economic and political equality. What that should be is economic and political justice. You want everything to be just. You know what I'm saying? And you put in and you get out, what you put in, kind of a thing. So that's what it should say. Now, obviously, look at the quote unquote black community. Many of them are literally told to fuck up. And this guy predicted that over a half century ago. It says, when Moynihan wrote in 1965 on the coming destruction of the black family, the out-of-wedlock birth rate was 25% among blacks. So 1965, only a quarter of all the black families had children out of wedlock. That means 1 out of every 4. Right? In 1991, 68% of black children were born outside of marriage. So what's that? A little less than 30 years, 26 years. What the hell is that? Hold on. Oh yeah, so a little less than 30 years later, it more than doubled. Children born out of wedlock. In 2011, 83% of black babies were born to unmarried mothers. 83%. That means 8 out of every 10 women you see has a child and she was not married when she gave birth to said child. 8 out of 10. That's crazy. That's literally almost all. Now, I know that there's people out there that, my parents were married when they had me, yada, yada, and then stuff like that. Look, let's not let the exception be the rule, okay? All right, so the shoe don't fit, don't wear it. I'm talking to the greater majority. Obviously, 83%, that's the majority. Now, that's a problem, I don't got to get married, you know what I'm saying? I love her, she love me, it's the same, you know what I'm saying? No. Stuff that, if that's the case, nigga, then just buy the ring and make the fucking commitment. You know what I'm saying? Make an honest woman out of that woman, if she is one, and make an honest man out of you, if you are one. It's real simple. Take those vows and have a marriage. Bring your children into life in a marriage. Hopefully, a happy, loving marriage. Okay? When you do that, your children have a far greater chance of succeeding in life. Now, I know success and succeeding is subjective, but overall, you understand what I'm saying. You literally amplify your children's capabilities by bringing your children into the world in that setting, as opposed to that's my baby mama. We have to take more responsibility and hold ourselves more accountable, so that way we can do that. And that it literally is that simple. It's that simple. Because what you do is you vet these women. Like if she's crazy, she wants to run the streets, or she's trying to run game. Okay, sorry, goodbye. You know what I'm saying? On to the next one. Again, there's no rush. There's no rush. So then, when you find one who obviously, was brought up right, has a good head on the shoulders, respects the male principle, and understands the female principle, and understands that this is a partnership. We're not equal. We're not equal. We have roles to play. And as long as she understands her role, your role, and the role that you're supposed to play together in life, then you can go forward with that woman and marry her. And then when you do that, then you can obviously bear children. And then teach the children what you know and what she knows. That's it. This shit could stop tomorrow. But it continues because a lot of y'all niggas out here are thirsty as hell and just trying to smash. Look, I get it. You want to get your rocks off. I get that. But you got to understand something, dude. Strap the fuck up. Strap up. You know what I'm saying? There's concubines out here. There's always going to be concubines out here. There's housewife, there's wife material woman, and then there's concubines. You know what I'm saying? There's a distinct difference between the two. So you have to be able to discern which is which. And then if you want to get your fucking rocks off, then yeah, go squeeze out some concubines, man. You know what I'm saying? Dude, knock yourself out. But to get a concubine pregnant, nigga, you is a fool, bro. You a fool. And you deserve all the hell and chaos she's going to bring into your life for the next 18 plus years. No more sympathy for y'all niggas, man. That's just how it is. No more sympathy for y'all niggas. I cannot have any sympathy for y'all niggas, man. Because you did it to yourself. There's a wealth of knowledge out there. Brothers speaking like not just me. There's mad people out here speaking about things similar to this and literally laying the foundation and the groundwork. You know what I'm saying? Real simple. Real simple on how to move. Have your life in order. That's it. And don't tolerate disorder. Don't tolerate chaos. Period. You know what I'm saying? If you have chaos in your life, that means that you let that shit in, nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's just like if there's a bird in my house, right? And not a pet bird. Like I mean like a pigeon. Say there's a pigeon in my house. That means I let that pigeon in somehow. Now maybe I did it, like on purpose. Maybe I didn't. But at the end of the day, if I left a window open and I know that window don't have a screen on it, then I can't be mad at anybody else that the bird came into the window without a screen. I lacked responsibility in addressing that issue. I should open a different window, or let alone I should have had screens on all my fucking windows. See, you have to go back to yourself. You have to hold yourself accountable. Because if you don't hold yourself accountable, you can't hold anybody accountable. And then you just a boy, you a loser. For instance, say you work at fucking Best Buy, right? And you a manager. I don't even know how they really do over there, but let's just say you're a manager at Best Buy, right? And you always late to work. You always fucking late, right? The last thing you could do is talk to anybody about being late. That's just, you can't. Because the first thing I'm going to say is you always late, nigga. You always late. What are you talking about? You be later than me. So the same rules apply to life. You have to hold yourself accountable. And you know what I'm saying? Like, get with it. Get with it. The sooner the better. Because niggas out here is dying on some dumb shit attached to women. And I'm not trying to castigate women, but I'm saying that this is when you allow them to steer, they will steer you straight to chaos. You know what I'm saying? Period, man. So I'm gonna wrap this up soon. Among all newlyweds, 18% of Black Americans in 2015 married non-Black spouses. So that's saying that we're marrying out. And I believe it's actually, I read a study, and I believe it's actually the Black man who's marrying out at a higher rate than the Black woman. The Black man is higher is getting married more often than Black women are. That's what the study was saying as well. So obviously, what does that mean? That means Black women can't find men. That's what it sounds like to me. If black men are getting married more than black women, and black men marry more out of the race than black women do, that means that black men aren't having a trouble finding suitors, right? And that means that the women are. That's my takeaway from that. So what does that say about the quote unquote black women? I'll tell you right now, a lot of the quote unquote black women have way too much of that like masculine energy. It's crazy. A lot of niggas, growing up the way our quote unquote community is, grow with a whole bunch of bitch ass energy on them, that feminist energy bullshit. But a lot of the women have like this fucking macho shit. They all want to be tough and rough and tough with their afro puffs and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's really how they be trying to get down. So that's a problem. And most alpha men ain't with that shit. You know what I'm saying? Nah, first and foremost, look, I'm not with no woman trying to, go back and forth with me. Period. One, it's a waste of my goddamn time. I stand to gain nothing from it. And I'll bear all the loss. There's no reason to go back and forth. So imagine you got a woman that's all fucking extra masculine, always trying to fucking, come at you, but anybody got no damn time for that. Am I sitting here saying that I need a freaking super docile, submissive, no, someone I would just walk over? No, I'm not trying to walk over anybody. You know what I mean? For the most part, I'm not trying to do that. But should the woman be submissive to the man? Yes. Period. If you don't like that, quote unquote black women that are listening, because I know some of y'all do, then that's you. But my question to you would be, do you have a man? And then if the answer to that is no, then all right then, I prove my fucking point. And if you answer yes, you do have a man, my next question would be, are you happy in that relationship? If the answer is no, then I proved my point. If the answer is yes, then let's go further. Is he an alpha male? No, he's not. You know what I'm saying? I don't even gotta wait for your response. No, he's fucking not. He's not. Because ain't no alpha male beef for that shit. Okay? Period. And I don't care how big he is, because a lot of y'all don't understand that it's a mentality. This is not about fucking stature, okay? There's a lot of big ass niggas out here that are little on the inside. You know what I'm saying? Little. I seen a lot of little niggas that got way more heart than a lot of these big niggas, man. You know what I'm saying? So, that's just the reality of the situation. Let's see how long this video going. 27 minutes. All right, I'm gonna wrap it up in like 2 minutes. I just wanna. All right. The American economist Walter E. Williams and Thomas Sowell. Now, Thomas Sowell is a quote unquote black dude, and I listened to a few of his videos before, and I plan on purchasing one of his books to read, but I got so many books I'm behind on reading that is like ridiculous. And I obviously I have a baby on the way. I just moved. Been doing a lot of different things. Starting a business, actually going live on the business in about 2 weeks. And then I also started another cash flow. Actually today's the first day. So I got a lot of things going on. So I really haven't been having time to keep up with my reading, keep up with delivering the knowledge that I have to y'all. You know what I'm saying? That way we're all on the same page and we could do better together. But now, things should be loosening up because obviously, settling in and stuff like that. But then again, as I say that, then the baby will be getting closer and closer to being here. So who the hell knows? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It could be like this at least until August, where I'm going to be a little like, up and down. But anyway, Thomas Sowell, definitely check him out if you had never heard of him. Argues that the significant expansion of federal welfare under the Great Society programs beginning in the 1960s contributed to the destruction of African American families. Sowell has argued the black family, which had survived centuries of slavery and discrimination, began rapidly disintegrating in the liberal welfare state that subsidized unwed pregnancy and changed welfare from an emergency rescue to a way of life. Exactly. So welfare right now is currently constructed as a way of life. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like a goddamn rite of passage for these women now. Now I'm not even gonna call them women, for these girls nowadays. That's just literally what it is. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I got my own place. I got my own this, that. No, you don't. Uncle Sam, literally, that, you know what I'm saying? You Uncle Sam's bitch. You on Uncle Sam's dick. And that's just the reality of it. You want to talk all this shit about the quote unquote black man because you ain't got nothing. You know what I'm saying? You really don't have anything. And that's terrible. Terrible. But again, black man, I'm looking at you. You allowed us to be the situation, and that has to change. The numbers literally speak for themselves. Children born in single-parent households are less likely to succeed by huge margins than children born into married people. So just off those raw numbers alone, if you a person that's about anything and fucking care and have a fucking brain, then you obviously understand that you should want your child to do well in life. You know what I'm saying? At the very least, do better than you. So you know that you could literally, like I always see black people complaining, oh, it's like we running a race, out here against the white man, and they get to start 4 laps ahead of us, and we four laps behind, and all this other shit. Oh, and we got all these obstacles, and I know y'all seen those fucking memes out there where they on the racetrack, and then the white person has like the cleanest fucking lane all the way around, and then the black people got fucking hurdles, they got a brick wall and all this other stupid shit in it. Don't get me wrong, I'm not sitting here trying to say like there isn't an issue between quote unquote races. You know what I'm saying? There is, and we could talk about that at a different time. But at the end of the day, nigga, if you saying all that shit and crying about all that shit, then why the fuck would you do the same thing to your child and put obstacles up when we know it's a fucking fact? It is a fact. And I'm not saying that you can't come from a single parent household and succeed. Obviously you can. You know what I'm saying? It's possible. But the numbers aren't in favor of that. So, if you want your child to succeed, you got to do the right thing. And not only do you have to should you be married, again, you should have a plan for that child. I cannot emphasize this enough. This is how we start to take back the community. We have to say, no, we're not going to deal with this fuckery. Period. I ain't off that shit. And if they don't like it, black men, I'm talking about the women, if they don't like it, then they can fucking step. Like Martin said, get the stepping. You know what I'm saying? Get the fuck out of here. I'm not off that shit. Nah. Hell no. Hell no. And trust me, there's plenty of good women out there. Now, I know it may not seem like it. It may not seem like there's a lot of good black women out there and women in general, but there are, though. There are. Take my word on that. There are. You just got to fucking sift through that motherfucker, you know what I'm saying, to come across one, but they out there. And then you will have the most rewarding feeling when you find that person, and then you start to begin a life with that person. It will mean much more to you because you are investing in yourself. That's what it is. You have to invest in yourself. You have to see the value in yourself. It begins with you, black man. It begins and ends with you. All right. But that's all for now, man. I gotta go. Peace.